Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and it's Friday, man. Friday energies are flowing with me a little bit more loose and relaxed and freedom. And that's what I want to share today. Brothers and sisters, thank you. Thank you to all who may tune in with us live or later. If you're doing later, speed it up. Please, I get it. Save some time, and I'm understandable anyway. I am feeling inspired today. I'm hoping this topic, finding heartfelt joy, I'm hoping just the conversations about that topic can help us all feel a little bit better, because truly, especially when you've got love with you, joy is available. So this fantastic Friday, embrace the joy of Friday and let the weekend adventures begin. My wish for us all, may today, every day, may today bring an abundance of blessings and joy to become remembered through the days of tomorrow. Today creates our memories for tomorrow. So let's create some beautiful memories today together. Surrender to the peace. Surrender to the presence of the Holy Spirit, the divine spirit of love and wisdom and strength, the Holy Spirit of joy, laughter. These things are with us throughout the day. It's just a matter of aligning our mind and our heart with those things. So allow me to be a reminder for you. If it's been a while, surrender to the peace, the presence of the Holy Spirit with you. That is you. And allow your adventures to become discovered through you. Sammy Sonite, man, Mr. E, some of you folks, sincerely, you get me. I love that you get me. I love that you've been a part of this, that you are finding the value in what this this confused kid Jack is doing. Because that's how I feel sometimes, man. Just a confused kid. I'm a 50-year-old, over 50 years old now, but I'm a 50-year-old kid. My mind is open. I'm seeking to learn. I'm curious. I have the heart of adventure. In the past, I didn't. And here's where I'm going with this. I recognize, I pay attention to me, and I realize some of the mixed messages that may come through me. You know, I say the words and I talk a lot of love and light, and then my patience, my I start swearing at people and so the thought I was thinking as the live stream was starting, the opening music was pumping me up. I'm wondering, holy crap, am I insane? It's possible. It's possible. I don't know. I don't know. I woke last night again, and I've mentioned my awakening messages, right? Turn away from the past, turn away from the broken, turn towards the unified, turn towards the whole, turn towards the holy. Man, I wake up and it's the recurring message. And it's not even with thought anymore. It's like it's my natural intention. I awake in the middle of the night and my first thoughts are praise God. Sincerely, praise God. Thank you, Jesus. Holy crap, this life is still continuing. It's like I woke up and I'm like, holy crap, I'm still alive. It's still here. This life is still going. It's really easy to lose sight of the joy in life. It's real easy to lose sight of the wonderful and the beauty and the magical that life really is, especially when you're caught up in the battles, right? You're focused on the problems, focused on digging that ditch, digging yourself out of the ditch, whatever it is you're doing. It's really easy to get caught up in the middle of things in this life we're living. But through the power of mind, the power of intention, thought, the idea, you can move your mind beyond just the middle of the chaos and see things from a greater perspective. When I do that with myself, when I step out of my worries, I step out of the forecasts and the predictions and all the cruelty that I can find, when I step out of all of that, man, praise God. It's the only thoughts I keep thinking. Praise God sincerely. God is the truth that allows the truth to become. It's through the love, the light, the power, the magnificence that we are, because our God truly is. Finding heartfelt joy. That's the key. That's the sign of a successful life. It's not the bank account. It's not the trophies. It's not the notches on the bedpost. It's none of that stuff. What is truly the measurement for a successful life? Quantify, right? Estimate how much time of your experience is truly aligned with and spent with heartfelt joy. Joy, just beaming, the smiles and the freedom and the happiness, the excitement of being in whatever moment. You can create these moments for yourself, especially when you create that goal for yourself. I want to find more joy in my life. The best way to find anything is to give it away. I know it sounds backwards, and I saw some arguments against some comments like this in a previous chat. But truly, to receive anything in this life, you must open up. You're not going to receive if you're holding on and you're trying to keep everything you got. You're not going to create space for the abundance to flow with you. And as a child of God, innocent and pure, right, righteous and caring in your ways, abundance and prosperity is your birthright. But the world will teach you to hold on, right? Hold on to those ideas. Hold on to that judgment. Hold on to that pain. People wear those like badges of honor, and I used to, but it's true. If you want to receive, you must give yourself away. And it feels good to give yourself away, especially when you're honest. When I'm honest about me, I wasn't that good. So if I could give myself away in service to another, well, that kind of balances out the selfishness and the stupidity I used to run with. At least that's how I feel inside of me these days. You know, everything, brother, everything starts with a thought. Everything, laptop, cup, right? Anything we experience in this world, someone thought it up. Someone took a thought from the mind, the heavenly realm, and brought it into form, engineering and creating, styling, manipulating the resources of that which is already here into something amazing. I mean, when you stop and think about it, we're living at a time today, unlike times of our parents, our grandparents, the technological advancements, the comforts and the security, the things that have developed through technology and corporate dealings. It's pretty amazing. But if you stop and think about it, all the materials for everything, for the laptop, the cell phone, the airplanes, the automobiles, all those resources was always here on Earth. What was lacking from the development of aerospace and technology and all of this stuff, what was lacking was the idea, the thoughts, the mind of imagination. It truly is from the mind of imagination that we get to realize and understand everything. It's through God's imagination, I assume, through God's imagination, the universe and all the order and all the perfection has come through for us to discover. And it's through our imagination, the power of mind, using the tools of logic, reasoning, language, bring in math and science, right? All these ideas of bringing vocabulary into meaning. It's through the power of mind that our lives are created and destroyed. What is the state of your mind? Ask yourself that. It's important. The state of your mind is very important to you, whether you know that or not. Only you can corrupt your mind. Only you can free your mind. Only you can clear your mind. It's all up to you. But if you don't have a clear mind, if you're fighting, running around with all of these beliefs, you'll create patterns of bitterness. And the bitterness is really ugly. On this channel, we've been seeing a lot of bitterness brought this way. And you know what? Hey, I am a sucker for suckers, so let me drop the link. And we'll see what comes through today. I'm feeling Friday energies, sincerely. I'm kind of chilled, laid back. I have ideas on how I can better communicate with some of the people who have come through. But it really comes down to having people figure out that they do want to know what I'm saying. It's remarkable how many people come here to teach and not actually understand. Yeah, maybe you should go do a stream 5-speed. You keep a lot to share. Finding heartfelt joy. It's by being present, by being aware, by becoming receptive to receiving. This is actually what I've considered our bodies are. The physical body that we know as us, it's a vessel of, it's a biological vessel for the experience of life. It's a technology of life, naturally designed, naturally created by the divine, whatever. But the body is our vessel to live. Where was I going with this? The technology of who we are. It's like we're receivers, converters, generators. We receive and transmit energy in a whole bunch of different ways. But through the physical sciences and different explanations, that's what we can commonly accept, is this universe is energy. It, from the subatomic particles to the, to the massive planets and suns, it's all energy in various forms: solid, liquid, gas, plasma. It's all just various frequencies and vibrations of bodies of information or energy. I view energy as information too, because through energy, the frequencies, the patterns, there's information in there identifying all sorts of things. And that's who we are. We are divinely created biological instruments for the purposes of tuning in the mind into the ideas, the unseen realm of possibilities and potentialities. Our minds tune into the realm of ideas. Our bodies are in tune, at least naturally. When we're natural, our bodies are tuned in to Mother Earth. We're connected and affected by the magnetic energies of Earth, by the radiation and the different energies coming off of the sun. All of this stuff has an effect on who we are, moment by moment by moment. It's amazing. It's incredible. It can be overwhelming. And at the same time, when you bring God into the equation, it becomes very simple, at least from my perspective. Because if you allow the divine to be true, then you find you find out how divine the truth really is. There's a divine meaning beyond the earthly realm, divine being pure, being perfected. There's a divinity, a perfection to truth. It's a power, it's a frequency that we can embody with. We can become aligned with the truth. And if you bring in the truth of God into your equation, in your mental activity, it's been my experience that things make a lot more sense. Now, I've come to this conclusion, though, through my journey, through my relationships and such. My life over the past several years, the story's kind of crazy to me, but it's the life I'm living, and I'm an honest man trying to tell it as accurately as I can. But when I bring God into the equation, it makes perfect sense why I was separated from my former career, from my family, from the life I used to live. It makes perfect sense when I bring God into the equation, because it allowed me to separate from the world, to align me more with God, to devote myself to God. But then here's the flip side. If that's true, and think the thoughts through, if that's true that God is part of the equation that separated me from my friends, my family, the community, and everything else, well, then the fact they stay away makes no sense. Because if God is here with me, I don't understand why it's been so challenging for me to receive trust, respect, kindness, appreciation, from especially some of the crazy characters who've been swinging through. But I do trust, brothers and sisters, God is with me. God is with you too. And I want you to know the true heartfelt joy that I feel. The heartfelt joy knowing that God's love is true, God's love is real, and it's here for you. It's here for me. And hey, here is a friend, a sister. Welcome, Margot. How are you today?
Hi, Jack. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Um, yeah, I heard you say I couldn't come up yesterday. I was in a meeting. Well, I do a detention program, so I can listen to you, but I can't come up. But some things were said about me that are untrue.
Okay.
Um, so I'm just going to ask that moving forward, you kind of realize that I'm probably watching. Um, yeah. Enough said. I don't take it to heart, but when I hear it, especially now that you and I are under really good terms, it's like, come on, Jack would want me to defend him. Why isn't he defending me? Does that make sense?
To some degree, yes.
What do you mean to some degree? What degree wouldn't it?
Well, if things are true, then they are true. And I'm not sure what specifically you may have heard or that was specifically said that was inaccurate. Um, but Margot, in my experience, you have publicly made comments and said things not just about me, but Jubilee that were not true.
Well, everything I have said about that person is true.
Okay.
And, I mean, that's why there were interventions, and fortunately she did take the picture of the place where my son is buried down. I believe she did that. I don't think YouTube had to do that. um so that situation has been taken care of. She took care of it, which tells me that she knew that she wasn't honest in that situation. um and frankly, that's taken care of.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
Um,
So again, moving forward, um, I would like you to keep that in mind. Uh,
yeah. Um, respectfully, I I'll consider your thoughts, but sincerely, do you remember your behavior with me and chemo when I literally got my ass beat in my house? You remember encouraging that, and then not just that, but
that was before I knew chemo. I wasn't a part of that.
yeah,
Oh
it's
no, I'm leaving. I'm not dealing with this.
okay.
Of course
Stay.
not, because I've caught you in several lies.
You have
Yeah.
not
You're a
caught
liar.
me
I
when you
never called for the defacing of anybody's grave.
Yes,
I
you
never
did.
showed your son's
you
grave.
did.
You
Margot,
lied about me and then doubled down and lied
picture
about me
of
again, Margot.
yes,
You're a
you
proven
did.
liar.
Margot,
And you also said his last name online. You
Margot.
said what
I'll
day.
say it again.
Here, Margot.
I'm
Please.
Jack. You can just keep her in the back if I'm going to be
No,
up here.
no, Margot. I'm doing this out of respect for you both. Okay.
She just said that the picture of my
Margot,
son's grave was not there. It was on her website.
Margot, I
Yes.
know you want to be right. I know you want to argue. But the fact is, you have a record for yourself. Let's clear the air. Let's be adults.
Jubilee had a picture of where my son is buried on her page up until a couple
Margot,
days ago.
okay, and what does that mean to you?
Would
I
you?
know you live in fear and you create all these
I'm not
drama
afraid of
stories.
anything, Jack. Jack, I'm not afraid of anything.
So you say.
I'm not.
Okay, wonderful. You seem to be afraid of the truth.
I'm not afraid of the truth, Jack. Jubilee
Okay.
knows the truth. She knows the truth.
That no video was taken down and I never showed your son's grave and I absolutely never called for it to be defaced. And I did take down the monument out of a courtesy to you, which is more than you've done for your son, Margot.
What I've done for my son?
Well,
Jubilee, do you want to explain what I've done for my son?
You used him as fodder to go against me and my child repeatedly. You've used him like you're the grieving mother who was so worried about him. You couldn't prove the timestamp. You've lied and said that you got a YouTube video of mine taken down.
Did I say my name son online?
Margot.
Did I say my name son online?
Margot. You
typed it out on my live and said what day he died. What are you talking about?
Right. Margot, you've done just what she said. You use people. You play this victim game to be your excuse to be a perpetrator. And you have perpetrated public lies and slander against Jubilee, against Jack Talcott.
I have not.
And there you go again, Margot.
And asked her to take down a picture.
And you're deflecting from what I was discussing about.
What am I deflecting from? You just said that I did something to Jubilee. Mm-hmm. I wish to be no part of her life. I wish she would remove my name and my family from her life.
Margot,
probably shouldn't have come on Jack's multiple times and lied about me then, and doubled down and lied when you were given the opportunity to clear the air multiple times, Margot.
Okay, well, Jubilee, my record stands a lot better than yours, and you know
Margot.
that.
Well,
we'll see what history says.
Yeah, let's look at the history, Margot, of who I am, what I have been doing, and what your personal, professional, public role has been. So, Margot,
I will discuss that with you without Jubilee here. I will not discuss that with her.
Tell you what, Margot.
She has delusional disorder. I will not have a discussion with her anymore.
Margot, please.
Want to define what delusional disorder is, since you're such an expert, Margot? You like to swing around your expertise.
I do know what delusional disorder is, and I wonder if you have organs that have been removed with no scars, like your brain tumors.
Like my brain tumors? I have proof of my... No, brain tumors are real.
Okay.
I have no organs that have been removed.
Okay. All right. People with delusional disorder, one of the characteristics is saying that they've had body parts removed without any scars.
Okay.
It's true. It's true. I have scars in the back of my head for when I shave my head that showcase my scars for brain tumors.
I'm not. I'm saying, you asked me what delusional disorder is. A lot of people with delusional disorder will say that they've had organs removed without the scars.
Her proof is that I haven't had the brain tumors.
I'm not talking about you. I'm describing delusional disorders. It's not all about you, Jubilee.
That you tried to use against me and you've gotten it wrong.
I did not get
research what you're trying to use against me.
I'm not trying to use. I wish you would go away.
Margot?
Yes, Jack.
Do you remember me begging you to leave my life? Over and over and over, and you refused. And so, Margot, we're here. You can toughen up. You can suffer through it like I got to suffer through you. And we can find ways to communicate.
I will not do that. I will do that with you, just you and I, Jack.
When?
Right now, if you want to take Jubilee and whomever else is up here gone, I will have a talk just with you. I'm very willing to do that, Jack, as I have been for several weeks now.
You know what?
Yes.
I'm going to be selfish, Jubilee and Alpero. Because, Margot, what I'm witnessing, I care about you. I care about Jubilee. Both of you have been... We had our unpleasant parts of the past, but Margot, your part of my history, you've written the tale of a very vicious, cruel, hate-filled person. And I know you're not that way, but I'm seeing karma.
With Jubilee?
Yep.
Jack, I want you to realize that there's two sides to every story. If you choose to believe Jubilee completely, then you may. We won't talk about it then.
Margot,
I won't be part of a deceptive situation.
Let's not fool ourselves into believing it's all just either or. I'm not
Jack, if you want to have a discussion about you and I will have it.
What?
She is a mentally
okay, let's get
handicapped woman that is no longer in my life. The situation that I had with her is over, and it's the past. If you want to talk about you and I, we can talk about you and I.
Yeah, I've been trying to.
Let's go.
I don't know what to do with you, Margot. I really don't.
You don't have to do anything with me, Jack. I'm just fine.
Well, that's what you think. You're just fine.
No, I am.
Margot,
no, I'm great.
I know. You're just fine for the past 6.5 years with me. Despite the changes recently, and I am very grateful for the recent changes.
When you say you don't know what to do with me, you don't need to do anything with me. I am.
Okay, you're right.
I'll
let you go. I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
Because you care about you, not the truth, not me, not Jubilee. You care about you, Margot. And that's it. And that's unfortunate. I didn't mean to interrupt that, but she was offering the opportunity for me, and
I appreciate that, Jack, and I appreciate you. It's your panel anytime you want to have. Margot clearly doesn't feel comfortable, seeing as I can see in her lies and call her on her lies in real time. She doesn't feel comfortable being on the panel with me. She'd rather degrade my mental illness that I was diagnosed with delusional disorder. She doesn't know what it is. So she just wants to use everything against me, including her own son's grave, which is a disgusting thing to do, and won't go. But I won't bring it up anymore here.
Thank you. Hurt people. And I see some unhealed wounds. You know what, Stephen? No. I'm not even gonna bother with you today. I don't want to be rude to Margot though either, because of the fact I have seen her making efforts with me, and the reality is everyone who has been an enemy to me has the opportunity to become a hero for me still today, because I'm still dealing with harassment from liars. Margot, snafu is all up on me because of the bullshit from chemo, when I know you helped that happen.
I gave Snafu chemo's phone number.
Yeah. You'll certainly support those who want to get me, who want to attack me, want to destroy me. You've been very active with that, Margot.
By just giving someone a phone number?
Why did you give him the number?
Because Snafu asked me for it.
I've asked you for all sorts of things. You didn't cooperate with anything I asked for, Margot.
Yes, I did.
Such as?
I gave you Zach Zapone's phone number.
I didn't ask you for that. I can get that from Google. See, that's the thing. You
asked me to talk to Zach Zapone.
Right. And you didn't do anything to help me.
I talked to Zach Zapone. You asked me to talk to Kate Burke.
Margot, has that helped at all?
Jack, I can only talk with them and tell them that you want to talk with them.
Yeah. After, you know what, Margot? Tell you what, no, you're perfect. Keep believing your bullshit, Margot. You've done nothing wrong.
I don't think I'm perfect.
So far in our conversations, I have failed to find and show you failed to agree with anything that I found wrong about you. So you are perfect.
No, I agreed that I gave Snafu
In your
Chemo's
delusions.
phone number because I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not going to lie.
You gave him the number because you knew he was out to harass me.
One of the problems with you saying that you won't lie is that we've caught you in many lies where you refuse to accept
you
that.
Have never caught me in a
again, can't even let a man speak.
You guys,
can't even let a man speak because we have caught you in lies several times.
No,
where
you
say
haven't.
This man raped that woman when in fact there is no evidence, zero evidence, not even a claim by her that he raped her.
Right. And Margot, you have lied. You have been caught in lies.
Give me a lie. Give me a lie that you can prove.
Margot,
you said I defaced your son's grave.
You
and
did.
Said it was facts.
You did. That's why YouTube took down the video, and you know
it. Circular logic, Margot.
Wait a minute.
And I'm the delusional one.
If it was defacing a grave, it would have been a felony charge brought by the government, not YouTube removing some kind of video.
Only if it was in a federal cemetery.
And you can't even remember what I said.
No. Margot.
Yes, right. El Perro.
Margot, do you see how you are in absolute anything anyone says, you're in denial? Nope, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Because
I can't even consider it.
Oh, because Margot, I know the laws?
Margot, you
because
are
I
in
know
denial.
The laws?
No, Margot, that's the excuse you're using. Okay, the excuses you use, they don't work for everyone else.
But what if El Perro just said something that was not correct?
Margot, here's another lie I've tried confronting with you on many different occasions. It was the day of my psychiatric appointment where you claimed you had security guards watching me and Jack didn't even leave the house. He's a liar. That's what Margot said. You remember that, Margot?
I do, and I still don't know what happened there because...
Right, you're wrong. When you accept you were wrong...
I gave you the name of the security company that was posted outside of your house.
Margot, you rely on false information. You don't know what happened because you're in denial. If you accept the fact you were wrong, and you spoke wrong, that means you lied. When you admit and realize you've lied, you'll understand it all, Margot. Your lies affected my livelihood and my reputation in my hometown. Margot?
What lies hurt your reputation in Spokane, Washington?
Tell you what.
Listen, anyone goes around claiming that somebody raped another woman or another being. That is a false claim if it did not happen, and that is ruination of a man. I'm telling you from firsthand experience. You go around making false claims of rape and shit. People want to kill you just for the false claim. They don't give a fuck whether it's real or not. They get so incited they want to kill you. You are a fucking heinous bitch.
She's done some heinous things, but it doesn't make her who she is. That's not who she is. It's just what she's done.
Okay? What you two say I have done.
Margot, the facts show what you've done.
And you don't have facts. That's the thing.
You claim, Margot.
It is fact. It is fact, and everybody is witness. It is fact, and everybody is witness. It is fact, and everybody is witness that you claim Jack raped that woman, and you weren't even there.
Margot, did you or did you not encourage and spread the lies that Jack raped a woman?
I didn't encourage it.
You're a liar. You're a liar. That's exactly why you gave Snafu Chemo's phone number, Margot, and you know it. You absolutely know it. Nubs, why are you here?
You're looking for some allegations of rape, and that was you, Flo, and OTW the other day. Stakes are high when it comes to Jack.
Yeah, you're another liar, manipulating words, trying to claim that he was raped. He was spiritually raped because people prayed for his soul. Nubs, what a fool. And you know what, Margot, yes, it's not just all about me. You have a pattern, Margot, of some sick accusations that are unfounded.
Which, I mean, I said I wouldn't bring it up on this channel, but she's brought it up repeatedly on this channel.
So after bring today, it up again.
I won't bring it up. But yeah, telling people that I called for the defacing of a grave is a federal crime. It is a despicable act. And it was like multiple times people have said in Jack's comments, never something I would do.
Right.
You even said that I didn't do it in those words, and yet you haven't offered what words I did do it in. What could that possibly look like?
Please. Margot, please try to understand what she's saying.
Believe me, the obsession with the whole situation that she has.
Margot,
we all know what she said.
No, Margot, we're discussing.
What did I say? No one knows what you said except for you and Noelle that you lied to. Sorry,
no, you know. Well, maybe you don't know. I mean, you have delusional disorder. You might not remember what you said. Well, no,
Margot.
Actually, that's not true. I misspoke. Delusional disorder. They believe things that aren't true, but they usually remember what they say. So I will stand corrected. Okay.
So where do you fall in? Because you don't claim to remember saying the things you said, Margot.
I remember everything I've said.
You don't remember what I said about your son's grave that you.
That's not what I said.
You got taken down.
That is not
right.
What
you just
I
won't repeat it because it's.
I will not repeat it. Nor do I have to.
You're a liar. No, of course not. You're a liar, though, and it stands that you're a liar. So we don't need to discuss it anymore because it's been proven on Jack's panel that Margot is a liar. It has not been proven by anyone. So
you can just continue to name call. It shows your character, not mine. Your character's already been exposed.
So, please.
I haven't been a proven liar. Sorry. I'll mute myself.
I mean,
Jack, I came up here to have a civil conversation with you today.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready and willing to have that whenever.
So far, nothing really has been offered of value. You keep claiming by you, Margot. You keep claiming conversations are available, but when I try, you're just constantly in defense and denial mode. You don't want to resolve. You don't want to acknowledge you've done anything wrong, Margot.
I did acknowledge I did something wrong. I gave Snafu Chemo's phone number, and I should not have done that. And for that, I apologize.
Great. I hope you feel better because it doesn't fucking change anything.
I don't feel better.
What could help the situation become better now that you have done that? And I'm still, as of, was it this morning, yesterday, still receiving harassment from Snafu, who's alleging, Margot, he's now claiming he's been talking to my son now too. I can't get a conversation with my son, but you turn this.
I don't know how Snafu got information about anyone else.
Jack.
Yeah.
She's playing dumb that, oh my God, it was just a phone number with chemo. But I would like to offer that I would, if you take me up the offer, I'm going to make another coffee. So it'll be 5 minutes to do a solution raising right now on rumors and lies and how you prove what we're all experiencing, not necessarily talking about all of, solution raising is the venting section. What we've experienced individually might come up. then the
what are you
portion,
talking about?
I'm talking about a solution raising, having an hour-long conversation that is structured, that actually produces a powerful adjacent possible creation that can be done with 10,000 people and $100,000. We've done it on legal secrets and lies, and this would be more on personal secrets, more on personal rumors and public, whether it's behind the scenes and one-on-one relationships or public defamation, having a solution raising on that, whoever would want to participate. Jack,
is that
course,
some sort of a research-based program, or where?
It's a conversation. It's a
what?
3-part conversation. Jack knows what it is. He's experienced.
I don't care to have a 3-part conversation with you.
Right. Well, right. Margot, thank you, Jubilee. What she was offering, it's just a it's a process. It's a practical exercise that is used for gaining clarity in a situation and bringing forth solutions. And I actually like the idea of, okay, we can beat the dead horse. We can continue to argue about the past, but we've got to find ways to move forward. Because frankly...
May I respond?
Please.
And Jack, you and I are making headway on that. I have no desire whatsoever to have any solutions with Jubilee. With you, I do, of course.
That's unfortunate.
A solution raising isn't about conflict resolution, but Margot doesn't look at me as a human, clearly.
Right.
But I could still have a solution raising with somebody who is ableist.
Jubilee, you're welcome to have that delusional thought in your brain, but you appear to be a human. I don't know if you're male or female, but I do.
So why do you treat her with such callousness?
I just choose not to have her in my life. I have boundaries. Mm-hmm. I'm very pro boundaries.
Well,
well, you lying about me and pretty much ties us together, Margot. You know how life works. You're an old woman. You have experience. You know how life works. We're tied together based on the lies you've kept telling repeatedly.
Keep you.
But that being said, Jack, would you like to have a solution raising? Margot doesn't need to participate. Anyone you want can participate. Would you like to have a solution raising on rumors and what we could do to clear those things up when there's someone who's hell-bent on destroying your reputation, whoever that person might be?
God, actually, I would love brainstorming ideas on that, because literally, I'm still dealing with snafu, still dealing with Paul unbitched.
All right, well, let me go make a coffee and then let's chat, whoever you want.
Oh my God.
Please. Hey,
is she getting that out of a color book or what?
Well, the idea is...
Well, I'm not going to continue on a panel where someone is calling me a liar over and over and over again.
Bye.
Yeah. Well, Margot, you've done that to me for a long time.
And Jack, you and I can discuss situations anytime.
Well, Margot, I've been praying for that opportunity.
Okay.
You know how to reach me.
Yes.
You could probably, if you chose to, you could probably make a couple of phone calls to people who you know in Spokane, and that would change my life forever.
And we can discuss that later.
Okay.
I think you give her too much credit, Jack.
Margot doesn't. It's the facts. El Perro, it's the facts. It's true.
But you give her too much credit in that. You don't need Margot, okay?
I don't.
He does not need me.
Okay.
He knows he does not need me.
But it's an opportunity, and sincerely, Margot, I do.
It would just be me reaching out to the same exact people I've reached out to before.
Yeah.
I thought I had another connection for you. Oh, Rick Clark. I wish you would reach out to him. I remember. It's a man named Jeff Tawney, Tawney. I've been watching him do a lot of work with Unity Church. Tawney. First name is Jeff. You can find him on Facebook. We met, I believe, just once. And I'm trying to remember, he's somehow related to the O'Dohertys that own O'Doherty's restaurant. And they're pretty well connected in town too. But reach out to Jeff Tawney. He's moving and grooving in Spokane right now.
I appreciate the lead. I'll chase someone else. I appreciate the name.
Okay. Well, you enjoy the rest of my day, or you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go hopefully up to Phoenix this weekend. I heard they moved the Rams game up there because of the fires in LA. So I feel bad for the fans in LA. Now they have to travel to Phoenix, but at least there's no fires in Phoenix that I'm aware of.
Oh, poor fans.
Yeah, crazy times. I don't know if that's the same thing or not. I saw someone comment on Facebook about them moving it.
Yes.
And then moving it to the State Farm Stadium or something like that. One of the insurance companies that's canceling all the people's fire insurance, going to host this corporate America is so evil.
It's
ass backward.
Yeah. Well, and guess who got all the premier tickets? All the State Farm executives.
You mean it wasn't the poor fans?
Of course, it was the business execs.
I meant the poor fans in LA.
Yeah, poor fans. Poor guys. I mean, I feel terrible for them. They got to go clear down to Arizona to watch a fucking game. I feel so bad for them. Poor guys.
Do you want their GoFundMe accounts?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure El Perro was dripping with sarcasm there.
I know it sucks to like work really hard and be able to afford stuff like that. I hate it.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Margot,
Jack, what I came up to tell you was actually about peace and patience and gifts from God, but that conversation was derailed. So we'll just have to talk about it another time.
I appreciate the opportunity to do so.
And I hope you guys have a productive conversation and yes, positive and moving forward.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you, Margo.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Peace. I honestly don't know what to do with my particular situation. Someone is going to play the role in a hero in my life. Maybe it'll be my son when he comes home on his own. Maybe it'll be someone who encourages my son to come home. Someone will be a hero. And when I get a hero in my life, again, we'll find ways for me to rise and return that. Because I know how it sounds, but I truly trust and believe God is with me. God is with this crazy story, even all the accusations, all the crazy misunderstandings. I am confident this is God's plan for us all. I wish I could know that. I haven't seen any signs. And that's what really blows my mind too. How has it been so long and people have never once reconsidered their choice to throw me away? It really makes no sense to me. And I know it happens to other people. Lots of people go through this stuff, but I have a feeling that my life is for this, to find the answers and to start sharing the answers with others. Because if I'm right, this world of the future, it will be one with true, heartfelt joy. Everyone will be filled with joy and freedom and peace. Why? Because that's how we live. We don't live enslaved by debts and rumors and obeying the fears and the threats from authority, where we work together to reform the nations, reform the religions, reform the prisons, we reform the educations, we reform it all. And the Jubilee is the goal.
Most people don't even understand what the Jubilee is, Jack.
I never did. I had never heard of it.
That's part of the problem. See, with our public education system, we get distracted and sidetracked and indoctrinated into all the bullshit, when the true spirit is what we're supposed to be learning about. And nobody ever wants to take that, because that's the low road. That's where you have to travel in all the mud and the muck. And you don't get to be part of that popularity contest wearing the nice clothes and shiny bells and whistles and everything. Because you got to look good. And if you're traveling that bottom path, you ain't going to look good.
That's the way it's been. But I'm telling you, brother, I am confident everything is in line for us. We're going to transform this world. We will no longer be celebrating and rewarding the selfish and the manipulative. You know, we're going to stop promoting the boastful, because Donald Trump, Elon Musk, these guys are out of their minds. And yet God is using them as evidence. You know, immoral people will receive evil rulers. And I know there's a lot of people who have faith in him, but when the focus of the government is on profits and economics, safety and the environment go out the window. And we've got a whole system of lies, manipulation from the governments and the corporations, confusing people into doing some horrible things just because of a paycheck, right? We've got employees putting these pollutants, these toxins into the air, into the food, into the water. It's employees who are working in the United States Congress. It's employees who are funding the continuing genocide and the support of war criminals in Israel. And we learned, I mean, after World War II, it was studied. The Milgram experiment and the Nuremberg trials, this obedience to orders, that's where mankind has got fooled. You know, if he is or is not a cyborg, he is literally by choices, and it appears he's being involved in the United States government. So someone's got to investigate this stuff. Someone's got to start calling these people out. I'm saying let's join together and let's do it. The emperor has no clothes. I'm telling you, the emperor has no clothes. These positions of wealth and authority are illusions. Don't give them power. Find the power in the truth. And the truth is strongest when we unite together, brothers and sisters. Were you going to jump in? I've been going on.
How are you today, Jack? Jubilee, hi, my name's Yolanda El Pearl. Nice to see you.
Hi, Yolanda. I think I've seen you up here before on video.
Yeah, I've been around for a while. I recognize all the different shifts in all of these characters that we have here on these panels. And when I came up earlier, I just wanted to almost be a glimpse and a reminder to all of us that reconciliation is one of the biggest parts of growth in all of us. So if next year by 2026 people are still fighting over the things that Margot said, or Margot's still fighting with people over the things that they've said about her, just proves the fact that there is no growth in terms of reconciliation with oneself. These panels to me seem like we're constantly looking to help and have these conversations with one another that are trying to grow spiritually. You know, we're regardless of what our pasts are and what we've shared. You know, I am not someone out here trying to properly instruct anybody on life, except for what I can relate to. And reconciliation has been a big part of the healing part of my life.
I'm glad you brought that up, because you're absolutely right. And Jubilee, I saw what you did, the way you responded, and I felt you took the right steps, offering, correction to things that you said, okay, let me change this, let me keep peace. And I saw those as efforts for reconciliation. And Yolanda, that's really the key. And holy cows, where my mind is going is with the topic reconciliation. The feeling that comes when we do move past our unforgiveness, when we move past the hate into acceptance, and then through the acceptance we can find more understanding, and through understanding we can start appreciating. And if we can appreciate those who we used to hate, that's where that heartfelt joy comes in, because we've grown. We've accomplished something that a lot of people aren't always able to do. Forgiveness, it is the key. It's important for us all.
Sorry.
No, please.
You know, none of us are experts at this. Some of us claim to be, but nobody's an expert at life. It gives us new obstacles to deal with. And then hopefully we share the wisdom that we've gained and attained and pass it on to one another. And whether one chooses to listen or not. I've heard somewhere that we birth our ego at 8 months old. I don't know how true that is. I'm not an expert in psychology. But I do know that in this time in my life, I want to birth my relationship with God. And people that are on that path understand what I'm talking about. So I understand about letting things go and encouraging others to recognize that things like, for example, all the money that a person can have, the things that you can purchase and what other people's can't, potentially don't have the funds to do. Like, it looks to me like we're going into a transition of a lot of people without money. You know, our country is transitioning in terms of people who will potentially be poor that weren't poor before. So, I mean, what are we really doing here when we're comparing and contrasting what I have in comparison to what somebody else has? I just think that it looks a little ridiculous at this point amongst these panels in terms of growth. I don't know. I got a little stuck on that. I'm thinking in my mind instead of using my vocabulary more accurately, but I'm tired of hearing the comparisons that we do and what people want to hold me accountable for the places I choose to go and have conversations with people. You know, it's exhausting.
Yeah, those egoic patterns. It's the egoic desire to control others. It really is. It's an insanity from our society. Where my mind drifted, I considered, Jeeps, there's evidence that supports that statement. Jack, you haven't forgiven Margot, it's obvious. based on my reactions, my tones, my words, I can understand why you say that. And I wonder, am I carrying unforgiveness? Probably, but here's also what I'm facing. The shit didn't just happen a long time ago and then it's done. No. Every morning I awaken in Spokane, where many of my neighbors have this idea that Jack's dangerous, that, there's people waking up, want to believe that Jack's lots of horrible, horrible things have been said about me, and they are not true.
And I have to say that despite the fact that people might see you as unforgiving, I see you as very forgiving. Again, day in and day out, you let that woman come up here and berate you and talk shit. And that is forgiveness. The other side is her and her repentance. That's what I don't see. And that's why I don't forgive her.
Well, okay. I believe that. Now, here's a question we all have to face, though. The forgiveness I feel should not be required for someone else, right? I mean, legitimately, what you said is, yes, I'm seeing and I'm inviting, hello, you caused damages in the past. You have the opportunity to repent, to change your ways, to maybe even try and throw Jack a bone, right? Instead of giving me the opportunity to prove you wrong, how about you show that you're not a hateful person towards me and that you know that my son is not in danger from me?
Jack, I think that you've had a lot to offer Margot since she's been here. You've allowed her to participate in the healing process of these conversations with people. And you guys have trauma bonded for a long time together now, and so let's go into a different direction between the two of you. I know you've tried. So others will criticize me for saying that, but I've heard you many times up here try to reconcile, and you guys are constantly throwing each other under the bus and pointing the finger at one another. But I do see a trend changing between the two of you. So hopefully there will be more healing for you and Margot this year.
Oh, I'm sure. And here's the reality. When I speak to my son again, I don't need to ask Margot for shit. She can truly go off in her fairy. You know what? She's changed the corner and we've had pleasant conversations. Okay. I'm seeing her growth. I know I'm growing. I don't know how the future is going to unfold. But admittedly, yesterday's stream, I was frustrated. And then God brought me that new guest, Yogi something or other showed up yesterday, and really the words were well timed for me. It was encouraging. And today I feel a little stronger. I feel a little bit better again. And the topic, finding heartfelt joy. I've imagined what it's going to be like when my son and I talk again. When we realize it was all just misunderstandings, we can laugh, we can hug, we can continue on again. Not every mother or father has that opportunity.
Jack, even if somebody had the opportunity to speak to your son on your behalf, it still wouldn't be that other person's responsibility. It would be you and your son once you guys decided to unite together and actually hear one another.
Right. No dispute. What I'm suggesting is, to my knowledge, no one has, in support of me, reached out to my son. 7 years. I've tried paying people. I've tried going to the right people. I went to people who I thought, based on their path in life, either a pastor or a counselor or an attorney. I thought these people would be willing to help me.
Well, even the people that you've reached out here online that have been really a hard time for you, that potentially could have reached out, didn't do that. You know, they've used this whole thing of dangling your child over your head like Snafu or Margot, and it's really dysfunctional, and it's hard to watch. And it's amazing to me that Margot can sit up here and want to be upset with Jubilee over what she's done to you for however many years here online. So, Jubilee, I thought you handled that beautifully with Margot. I've been accused of things by her as well that are not true. So the patterns of mistrust and frustration and anger are consistently within the same people. But I'm going to jump down. Thanks again, Jack. And hopefully this year will be a different year for everybody in terms of being able to move on.
It is. Every day is. Thank you, Yolanda. I appreciate it. You know, maybe it's time to start wrapping up, unless you guys have other ideas, thoughts. Or do you have some ideas? Solutions, ideas on what is the best way to deal with people who want to spread rumors about you, who want to lie about you? See, like this idiot.
Don't know the answer to that, but that's what we were going to do a solution raising on, was rumors and what we can come up with that people could do to hold each other accountable. That isn't, in my mind, the court of law, which isn't effective, and the law of public opinion, and people who are better able to spin a story and tell lies end up getting their way. We don't need to do that solution raising now, but if you want, we can do it at another time, or we can do it now, maybe condense it to 30 minutes, or what are you feeling?
Let's put it on the table for a future. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
I'd like to do that. And I'm going to spend some time. I mean, I spend time reflecting and kind of considering and try to digest what I've experienced. Thank you, Jubilee. Thank you, Opero. And thank you, Margot and Yolanda. Any other thoughts?
Be blessed, Jack.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. You, my sister?
Nothing I really want to share at the moment. Just I wanted to come up and clear the air on what was being said about me. And thank you for giving me the space to do that as well. I don't want to be antagonistic towards Margot, and yet at the same time, I don't want to allow her lies to stand. And I get more what you've been dealing with for the last years and years, particularly with her, but just with people in general. And I don't know what to call it besides narcissism, but the like lies and darvoing and that isn't just her, just many people that happen on this channel, that happen on many channels, happening on my channel. And it's astounding that people can't look at the truth and can't sit with it, can't sit with. And thanks for giving more people a space to keep returning and keep sitting with it and keep being with the uncomfortable emotions to get to the joy and gratitude and love.
I love you brought that up. Thank you, Jubilee. Blessings to you. I'm gonna continue on. Today, when I started the stream, I wasn't sure where it would start. You know, how it would flow, where it would go. Admittedly, I do a lot of this kind of loose, and I have ideas in my head, hopes and expectations, but I don't always know what the universe is going to show. And today, the topic, finding heartfelt joy. One of the things that does give me joy is truly compassion, when we find ways to reason with each other. I do hold in my heart as a space, a place. There is truly space in my heart for even the people who have found bitterness towards me, the people who I've had disagreements with, and I've been quite public about the list, Margot and Paul and Snafu and others. But brothers and sisters, I know I'm different than you. I know I'm different than others. But underneath the differences don't really matter. The similarities between us, we're all human beings here on earth trying to figure out what is real. What is the best way for me to grow? What is the best path for me to go? What is the most important for me to know? What I know is truly important. Love. And the love is hidden by your fears, by your insecurities, by your judgment, by your thoughts. The thoughts keep the power of love from becoming one with our experience. And I tell you what, if you can clear your mind of all the unpleasantness, which you can do this, it's up to you. But if you clear your mind of all the unpleasantness and you focus primarily on what brings you good feelings, you know, your grandmother, your mother, your son, your father, your whoever it is, your other connection of you, or maybe it's not even people. Maybe you're like I used to be and you're just fed up with people. So then you go find a squirrel, you go find a deer, you find some fish in a pond, you find whatever it is that's natural that brings you some joy, and you focus on that. And you allow that joy to become part of you in the moment. And in that present moment of being at peace with nothing but you and joy, look forward. Look forward from the past, because you have a new perspective on the future from now. The future from now is different than the future you knew in the past, because each day we're learning, we're growing, we're adapting, we're overcoming and discovering new things. And I hope today you discovered a little bit of joy and a little bit of fun with our time here today, while we had some conversations, not always the pleasant conversations. We don't even always have the polite conversations here on this channel, but I do believe that love is with it all. And I'm going to wrap it up here. From my heart to yours, I hope you feel some joy, true joy, to experience with you today. And then tomorrow you get to remember that joy you experienced today. And then you feel joy from that memory, and then you build on it, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing till goodness occupies all of your space, all of your time, and there's no place for evil, no place for pain, no place for sorrow. Ain't got time for that. I got time for love. Brothers and sisters, tune in again. We'll see what the future brings. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Thank you again. God bless us all. Peace.